Good evening, everyone. So it is Saturday night, September 2nd, and we heard some sad news this morning, most of us, that the one and only Jimmy Buffett passed away yesterday. And Jimmy was a big part of my youth. I know that. I saw him live probably 5 or 6 times at least.
Big part of our college days.
Of college days, from the late 80s into the late 90s, I probably saw him a bunch of times. And his music has always been an important sort of it just relaxes you. It just makes you have fun. And
happy.
So, yeah, it's happy music. And while it's a sad day, he was too young. But I think that he would want us to continue the party, right? So it's 5 o'clock somewhere, as he would say, right? It's 5 o'clock here. It's always 5 o'clock here. That's something that probably no one's ever noticed, that our clock died.
It's never worked.
It died years ago, and we just set it to 5 o'clock because it's always 5 o'clock in our kitchen, right? Yeah, so Jimmy Buffett, one and only. Of course, the cocktail that everyone associates with him is margarita, since he was the mayor of Margaritaville. I don't like to repeat cocktails. We did the margarita back at Volume 2, our second video of all time, if you want to check that out. So I'm going to do a variation on a margarita, and the variation that I'm going to do is a Mezcal Margarita. And Mezcal, in case you don't know the difference between Mezcal and tequila, they're similar, but Mezcal is made from smoked agave, whereas tequila is just made from raw agave. So it has a smoky, almost salty flavor to it. So it gives a little savory cocktail. You can do a Mezcal Margarita with just Mezcal, or you can do it with a combination of Mezcal and tequila. I kind of like to do Mezcal and tequila, and I'm going to do 3/4 Mezcal and 1/4 tequila. You can do half and half, or you can do all Mezcal. It's up to your taste. And like any margarita, it's got the spirits of tequila and or Mezcal, some orange liqueur, which I'm going to use Pierre Ferrand dry curacao. The tequila we're using is Don Julio Reposado, and the Mezcal is Del Maguey Las Milpas Mezcal. You also want some lime juice, of course.
Fresh squeezed.
Fresh squeezed, as always. And I do sweeten this one a little bit with the Mezcal, so I'm going to get it a little shot, maybe a teaspoon or so of agave syrup. And then also, to bring out the smokiness of the Mezcal, a couple drops of saline does kind of some magic here. So first I'm gonna salt the rim of the glass, because with the Mezcal I do like salt on the rim. I'm just gonna do half the rim. If you're having a party with friends and you don't know whether they like salt or not, you can just do half the rim, and then they can choose whether to drink out of one side or the other. All right, so just spent lime around the rim and dip it in your salt. Then you want to fill up the glasses with ice.
Hey, let's talk about your t-shirt there. What's it say?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the t-shirt. So I just happened, this was a gift from my good friend Dave McLaughlin, with whom I probably saw Jimmy Buffett all of those 5 or 6 times. He was probably in the group with us. He sent me this shirt a while ago, and it's just perfect for this unfortunate occasion. It's a quote from Jimmy Buffett's song, He Went to Paris. Some of it's magic, some of it's tragic, but I had a good life all the way. And I'm sure that Jimmy would agree with that if he's looking down on this and probably would say, let's have a margarita. So I'm gonna make a Mezcal Margarita. I'll go with my 2 ounces of lime juice, making 2 as always. I'm gonna use, so you want a total of 4 ounces of Mezcal and tequila. So I'm going 3/4 Mezcal. So we want 3 ounces of Mezcal and 1 ounce of tequila. So Jimmy Buffett takes me back to when I was, 20, 25, hanging out on the Cape. 1 ounce of tequila to go with everything here. A nice reposado.
And hanging out at Dave's house.
Hanging out at Dave's house in Falmouth. 2 ounces of our orange curacao. So Jimmy Buffett, we thought we'd play some of the classics here, Margaritaville and Cheeseburger in Paradise, but I am a big fan. I think I own every CD that he ever released, and I enjoy someone who can write amusing lyrics and somewhat complex. I wouldn't call them complex, but a little bit of sweetener there, about a teaspoon for 2 drinks, and then a few drops of saline. A little squirt there. Some of my favorite Jimmy Buffett songs would be just the titles themselves. The Weather Is Here, Wish You Were Beautiful. Trying to Reason with Hurricane Season. My Head Hurts, My Feet Stink, and I Don't Love Jesus. That was one of his earlier country hits.
You mentioned the Wino and I.
Oh, the Wino and I Know is one of my favorite songs. Because there's a line in there that I relate to, which is, I'm living on things that excite me, be they pastry or lobster or love. I'm not a big fan of pastry or lobster.
Or lobster. Because all you have is love.
I'm just trying to get by, being quiet and shy in a world full of pushing and shove. I don't know, we could sit and quote Jimmy Buffett all day.
We could all night.
We probably will for the next few days. But for now, we're going to have a Mezcal Margarita.
And for the few of you that don't know why there's a parrot on Kev's head.
Oh, because I'm a parrot head.
Because Jimmy Buffett's
fans of Jimmy Buffett are
parrot heads.
known as parrot
But of
heads.
course, all of you know that, because who wouldn't know that?
Right. Absolutely. I don't think these qualify as boat drinks, but we have to toast to a man who brought many people a great amount of joy, and there is nothing more important than that.
Cheers.